Hey everybody, it's Michael Fortini welcoming you back to Now Very Beast, Iron Maiden, the next 10 years. Getting ready to do Series 2. You like this? Came in very handy during the pandemic, I must tell you. This is one of the pickups I got from the Maiden store. I think it was from the Book of Souls store, because it's got the Book of Souls sort of licensing and everything like that. Very handy. Lots of great stuff. I haven't done an episode for you in literally 1 year. Remember a year ago, Senjutsu came out? Senjutsu. I didn't even have this in my hands when we last sat down to talk about the new record. I was still waiting on getting my vinyl copy. Bought this album in 3 different formats and completely worth it. What a great record. It has really stood the test of time. I'd like to say that's why I haven't done an episode in a year, because I've been busy listening to this. It's not untrue. I have been listening to it an awful lot. But there's just been a lot going on. I mean, it's just been really busy. I picked a very bad time to take a break from the show because Maiden has been incredibly busy. There's been lots going on. So before we get started on Series 2, I figured just go over quickly some of the stuff that's happened in the past year, because I think this came out, the Legacy of the Beast album. I think this came out while we were still doing the last one, but it's of special interest to me tonight because tonight I'm going to see Maiden. That's the biggest thing that's happened. Maiden's on tour. After all the shutdowns and everything going on and the craziness of the past couple of years, Maiden is on tour. I'm seeing them tonight in Worcester, Massachusetts. In case you look on the tour diary and you see the dates and you wonder how that's pronounced Worcester. Or as Vince Neil from Motley Crue always said when I would go see them, Worcester! I swear, I can't think of the place without thinking about that. And it's cool that I'm going tonight. Tonight is 21 years since I first saw Iron Maiden live. And when I saw them then, this was the shirt I bought the night, this ratty T-shirt. Didn't even say like the stops on the tour, just the countries. But yeah, man, this thing is threadbare. But I still love it. I do have the tour program from that tour as well, but I can't put my hands on it. I'm missing it somewhere. It's buried under all the other useless memorabilia and things that I've got. But I definitely do still have it somewhere. Probably the last time that I got a tour book. I don't even know if they still make those. First tour book I ever got was for AC/DC. It was the first concert I went to, also at Worcester. And I got it not knowing anything about concerts. We had really good seats. We were really pretty close up. It was AC/DC with LA Guns opening, 1988. And we had good seats, got the tour program. It was awesome. It was at my feet and got completely squashed and trampled when Angus comes out on the shoulders of one of the roadies. And it comes out right in front of us. I actually reached out and grabbed his Gibson SG, grabbed the famous guitar. That's how close we were to it, which was, it was a stupid thing to do, but I was, kind of young and kind of a dumb kid. But yeah, so that's how long ago since I got my first tour program. And a couple years later, I've got my last one. I think those are the only 2 I've ever gotten. But what have I got in the meantime? I did get to see Bruce Dickinson. Bruce came around to Boston. I thought that I'd get at least, back when I saw him in February of 2022, I thought, oh, I'll definitely get an episode out to talk about that. I didn't. But here's a tour from that show, or the shirt from that tour. Bruce Dickinson, U.S. and Canada tour, 2022. I love this, though. Life is better than all the other options. I really love this shirt. It's fantastic stuff. It was a good time. Bruce live is exactly what you would think he would be. If you'd read his book, which I had, it wasn't all that new. He covered a lot of the same material that he covered in his fantastic, very highly recommended book, What Does This Button Do? Which should absolutely get that, and you should really get the audiobook because he reads his own audiobook on it. So it really is like having an evening with Bruce. But trying to decide what shirt to wear tonight. I've got the new 2022 Iron Maiden Fan Club shirt. I don't know if there's going to be a 2023 one. It sounds like they changed some stuff around with how they're doing the fan club. Doesn't matter since I let my membership expire. I got to go see about renewing that if I'm going to. This was from the previous one. I actually wore this for the first time the other day because it was so honking huge that I was like swimming in it. So I decided to wear that. So I don't know. I'll have to figure out what to do tonight, but I'm really excited because we're getting Legacy of the Beast, but also a bit of Senjutsu. Reportedly, they're going to play the first 3 tracks off the amazing album. And they just, within the past week, have announced plans for their 2023 tour. Looks like they're just going to hit the ground running, keep with the momentum, which is good because every time I see Maiden, I'm a little bit aware that it could be the last time I'm ever seeing them. So the fact that they've already announced plans for a tour is great news. I'm very excited to just kind of keep rolling because I think if they stopped, took an extended break, they might never come back out again. I'm not massively hopeful there's going to be another Iron Maiden album, which is why it's so great that Senjutsu is as good as it is. But we are going to be getting the show back up and running. Oh, I didn't even talk about the beers. I got beers, and oh, there's been some cool merch. Did you pick up their pop? What do they call these? Pop toys? They're kind of fun. This one's really cool. This is the Power Slave. It's the whole album art. And, you know, if you heard my episode on Power Slave, you know I think this is their best cover. So very cool that they did that. But there have been, like, beers coming out. I mean, there's been a lot of news. I've been missing all of it. Red and Black, which they originally put out the Red and Black Porter a few years ago, and I never got. I missed it. They now have been reissuing it, and it's yummy. I like it. It's good stuff. It comes in a second place to me for Fear of the Dark. The Fear of the Dark Stout, I think, may be my new favorite of the beers that they've put out. It's really, really good. I got an IPA as well, just for the sake of completionism, and so I can put, these are all empty, obviously. I drank them. I put these up on the shelf, but that would be the only reason I would get an IPA. IPAs are kind of gross. I know that's heresy here in America. Everybody loves IPAs. I'm not a fan. But if you are lucky, I was never able to get any of these beers here in Massachusetts. You can't get stuff shipped to you. But I did have a bunch of stuff shipped to my friend Tim. He lives in New Hampshire, and shipped some stuff. And then just recently, I don't know whether it just opened, but I found a big chain open where I'm now able to get some unusual items like this Sun and Steel Senjutsu variant. They put out this sort of funky box set to go along with the new album, and so you get a pint glass. Well, it's not an imperial pint, but like an American pint glass, which means not actually a pint. That comes in there, and they branded the Sun and Steel. This is full of beer, so we'll have that later. But nice glasses, very cool. Oh, it may actually be an imperial pint. I'll have to look that up. But this is the ultimate. Check this thing out. Sun and Steel. This is like a metal tin. It's like really high quality stuff. I haven't opened this yet. So I guess this is now technically one of those silly unboxing videos that everyone seems to like so much. I've unboxed. And what happens? I've got a little piece of plastic on here holding in the Plague Doctor Eddie Fear of the Dark. And one, sadly, only one full, very happily full bottle of Fear of the Dark, as we would say here in Boston. There's a lot going on. Trying to get the show back on its feet. The hardest part about getting the show back on its feet is that just like when I went to start the show, and the very first episode that I was going to do on Sanctuary was really involved in that Love Act story, the first episode of the second series of Now Very Beast, we're going to be breaking into the No Prayer for the Dying singles. And I can't seem to make up my mind about whether there should be 2 or one release, 2 or 1 release, because they only put out 2 singles for it, so that seems like it would make a really simple choice there. You do Holy Smoke on one side, and the god-awful Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter would be the second side. But the fact is that there was other stuff going on there. They had Tail Gunner came out sort of as an American single. There was the hidden Listen with Nico track on the promotional No Prayer for the Dying release. So plus Bring Your Daughter had like 3 different variant covers and releases. So if I wanted to, I could actually make 2 separate releases of it. So that's why it's taken so long. But I do promise very soon we'll be back and we'll be starting into that series. So I hope you didn't forget about me. Understand if you did. I've been gone for a year, but Series 2 is starting fall 2023, fall 2022, which we are right in the middle of. It's already October, and October 17th, 2022, I'm going to see Iron Maiden tonight. Yes! So good. I hope all is well with you, and we'll talk soon, huh? Cheers.